It's a pleasure to have Michael Dowd sitting here at the StreetTV headquarters. What brings you to LA in the first place?
You.
I appreciate that.
Actually, I have two grandchildren and a grandson. I mean, a son and two grandchildren and his wife. They live in OC, Orange County.
Oh, okay.
In Mission Viejo area. And I had to get out here to see them. And I like to schedule some appearances while I'm out here because I'm not going to lie to you. Too much time with the grandkids can be a little rough on old men like me.
So how did you end up getting family roots in California?
So my son he had a job in New York, and he ended up with a major insurance company that they asked him where he would like to work. And he said Europe. And they said, well, we can't cover Europe for you. And he said, well, San Diego? And they said, how about be halfway between San Diego and LA? And he took the job. So yeah, he's been here. In fact, we moved. Eeriest thing in the world. COVID hits. He gets offered the job. Now what do? He had to leave one job. So he was in transition during COVID. He wasn't sure if they were going to keep him because of COVID. They didn't know how things would break out. So we get in the car, him and I, and we drive straight from New York, straight out to Mission Viejo area. And it was the eeriest feeling in the world because nothing was open. And we had to find Airbnbs where people were like, everything is antiviral setup. It was really an interesting.
So this must have been 2020 in the beginning of COVID.
It was March 2020.
There you go.
I mean, you can't get any closer to the beginning of the lockdown, which, like St. Patrick's Day or the next day or something like that. Yeah.
Do you ever see yourself moving out here?
Well, I think it's beautiful and interesting. If I had the wherewithal financially, I wouldn't mind it. But I think that my politics were a little bit more right than center.
Definitely.
Yeah. And but there's plenty of those guys out here too. So,
But OC is a very red county.
very, very, yeah. No, there's a lot of people that have my mindset there, which listen, I actually have a very open mind, just that I have certain things that I require respect. I require respect.
Were you more right-leaning prior to becoming an officer, or your experience as a cop?
No, I wasn't. I honestly wasn't, which is why I'm a little bit more moderate than people think. If they follow me, I'm a little out there a little bit. But really, I'm very moderate and very open-minded because I didn't start out that way, and I know where I'm from. Because don't forget, most people don't know this, but most New Yorkers, even though they might be, let's say, call them Trumpers or whatever, they're really very open-minded, most of them, because they grew up Democrats, all of them. New York's a big Democrat city.
No doubt.
Yeah, and my father was a Democrat and voted Democrat, and Lindsay and people who know politics.
John Lindsay?
Yeah, Lindsay.
He was the mayor when I was born.
He was the mayor when you were born. Yes, he was, yes. And he was the mayor when my father was a firefighter in New York City. And they praised him, I think when looking back, I think he handled some things not correctly, but I think his intentions were good.
I don't remember him because I was a kid. The first mayor I remember is Koch.
Koch. Everybody, even people who don't know it, they know Koch.
And he was a funny guy.
He was funny, and he did a good job. Really, he did. I think overall.
And you were officer under Koch.
Under Koch, yeah, he was my boss. Yeah.
Okay, so the mayor actually has a little bit of jurisdiction over law enforcement in New York City?
Well, he's the #1 law enforcement officer.
Okay, because every city does it different.
Yeah, no, well, so he appoints a police commissioner.
Yeah.
And then a police commissioner appoints a chief.
And the commissioner, okay, so in New York City, you have a commissioner and you have a chief.
Correct.
Two different positions.
Right.
Both the two most powerful positions, right?
Yes, that and the mayor, of course. And they both answer to the mayor, but the chief answers to the commissioner.
So the commissioner's a little bit higher.
Of course, yes.
And
so it's a civilian position. And the chief is not a civilian position. It's a law enforcement position. So the police commissioner is like the head of a department in the government, but he tells us, I don't want to use the word flunkies, but yes, he tells his underlings what to do to carry out the orders. Yeah.
Okay, so the commissioner is a civilian position.
Correct. Yeah.
Now, was Bratton the chief or the commissioner when you were a cop?
He was the commissioner.
Okay.
He never was a chief in New York.
Oh, okay. Because he came to Los Angeles and became chief.
Yeah, because the chief was top law enforcement in Los Angeles.
They don't have commissioners.
No.
Okay, so a lot of people might be confused because every city does it different.
They do it differently. Yes.
Okay, so you worked under Bratton as the commissioner. Who was the chief?
I don't think I didn't work under Bratton so when I was, there was Chief Johnson. There's a bunch of chiefs, but The main chief, when I was in most of my time, was Chief Johnson. He was like a 4 or 5 star chief.
Okay.
And above him was McGuire, Murphy, McGuire, Murphy, and then Benjamin Ward, and then I could miss one in the middle here, but Lee Brown. So Lee Brown was the police commissioner when I had my fallout, let's say.
And near the end of your career, and we're going to go back and talk, but just since we're here now, Giuliani becomes a major player in New York City in the early 90s. And this is when you're kind of leaving now, right?
So I like to take credit for straightening out New York City. And you know, I'm a little bit funny guy, right? Well, so, and everybody knows the story. Giuliani came in and straightened out the city. He made it a safe place to live. People didn't like some of the things he did and some of his policies, but he put Bratton in charge and Kerrick. I think he had both Kerrick and Bratton worked under Giuliani, if I'm correct. And I could be off. Don't forget, I was going through the trial of my life at this time, right? But so here's my claim to fame. So I get in trouble, and I become the face of corruption in New York City. And they hold a hearing called the Mullen Commission hearings, where I become basically the star witness at the Mullen Commission hearings. And as an outgrowth of that, that opened the door for Giuliani to challenge Dinkins.
Mr. Dowd, after your summer in Coney Island, when you returned to the 75th Precinct, did you go back expecting to continue business as usual?
No.
Could you tell us what you mean?
Well, when you say go back, you mean to the 75th, right?
That's right.
Okay.
This would be now September of '86.
No, I had a very, well, the 77th precinct was about to break or had already broken. And the real possibility of my own problems being uncovered were, I thought, at hand. And besides the fact that I was newly married and I had a brand new son, I intended on doing the right things.
Doing the right thing. Your attitude obviously didn't last long, Mr. Dowd. Could you tell us what happened?
Giuliani wins.
And Dinkins was only a one-term mayor.
One-term mayor.
And
right.
I think the crime, which I don't blame Dinkins for the crime, New York City had an incredible crime wave prior to Dinkins becoming mayor.
Okay, I'm listening.
But he gets blamed for it because he's there in like the late 80s. He got the worst of it.
The crack boom hit.
Yeah, so 87, 88, 89. I think Dinkins came in around, what, 88, 89?
I want to say 88.
Okay.
I might be off by a year, but so don't hold me to it.
So let me ask you that. Do you think that Dinkins...
I think 89 he came in.
Okay. Do you think he's to blame for crime in 89, even though it had been increasing since 82, 83? But he took... the media slammed him.
Of course.
And
well, the media isn't honest. No.
And it allowed...
I don't know.
It allowed...
they're not like us, you know.
But it allowed your boy to come in and pretty much...
don't call him my boy. He wanted me to get life. He wanted me to get life, okay? So
we're talking about Giuliani.
Yes. Even though I believe in a lot of his policies, he did try to give me life.
Now, Giuliani is the... They stole the election guy now. I never thought Giuliani was going to go this far.
Yeah, well...
you know, I feel like he's a little too far.
Yeah. You know, he lost a lot of credibility. You know why he lost a lot of credibility? Let me tell you. Because the fucking ink was falling down the side of his head.
Oh, man. I saw that.
His, what do you call it? Dye. His dye from his hair was coming right down the side of his head, too. Just don't do that.
Now, for those who don't know, he gave a press conference during the whole post-election, and I guess it was a warm day that day or something.
It was hot as hell.
And I guess the sweat got to the dye in the hair, and it started dripping down the side of his head.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how warm it was because it was the winter, but the lights might have been hot where he was. I don't know.